lunatics of the world. Alright, I got 3 high-quality compositions to spew about from nowhere near the US, so get those passports out if you're stateside. Real quick though, enormous thanks to Temple of Discord for this shirt, man. How cool is this? It's the cover of In the Ashes in this blacked out like ash color scheme thing, and this arrived straight from Sweden, so thank you guys very, very much. But alright, short and sweet, let's get rolling. I am psyched as hell about this first band because I had no idea A, this was coming out, and B, so close to now. But new school Blackened D-Beat masters of Crust, Dispyt's got a new song out now that'll be on a full length in just a few weeks. And just like all their songs and albums before them, don't ask me to know how to pronounce any of them, but Liv Lussen's Catacombr off Fran Melancholy till Meinen Schlossen destroys, man. It's all the same Finnish, DISFEAR, SKITSYSTEM, WOLFBRIGADE worship that rips right through walls and leaves you wanting more. Dude, I'm gonna say something that may get me thrown off of heavy metal YouTube, but I don't care. I think Crust is one style of music that actually improves with better production. Yeah, seriously, listen to any landmark release of the last 20 years and then listen to the same band's most recent output. For example, though Misanthropic Generation DISFEAR is a classic, fast forward to the Get It Off album and it just sounds that much more exciting, I think. And the same goes for Dispyt, even though the first album only came out in 19, but that debut, which smoked, was improved upon greatly on the follow-up. Again, please don't ask me to know how to properly pronounce Under Titan, Jogsladen, etc. And now we got the latest track, and it sounds immaculate, which I'll admit feels like an extremely ironic thing to say considering the whole scene celebrates looking and sounding like shit. But no, this is amazing. Matter of fact, you want some honest evidence to back up my claim? The B-side of the new song's a re-recording of Summer Staden from the debut. Practically night and day how much better the re-recording sounds. Oh, and the most important thing, of course, the new song itself. It rules, man. I'll link it below just like all the other songs in this video, but it's like fight music. But you know you ain't seeing nothing but smiles and hugs at that show, man. There are no dickheads or assholes in the Dispyt pit, I am sure of it. Next, we go black. Alright, if you're a regular on the Metal General threads on Mew, you might have seen this one a few days ago. And with anything in life, a shiny package attracts the eye, and such was the case for me with these scary looking bastards from Switzerland, VOLLMONDPROZESSION. New full-length Lazarus next month, but let's just quickly check out the demo before it. Perhaps some huge irony that'll reveal itself in the next band is that this may be female-fronted. I think the cleans definitely are, but so's the screeching, maybe. Now, I just said in my last episode that I am not nearly as knowledgeable on an array of black metal, so if I tried to draw parallels to this band to make it sound like I was, you'd know I was bullshitting. Instead, here's an unadulterated description from the brain of somebody who's hearing something like this for the first time. Maybe you are too. This is the kind of black I like. I hate using the word melodic, because that just makes me think of melodic death metal. It's never really been my thing, except for a few. But what I mean by melodic here is that it's not just a bunch of grinding noise. Like, there's maideny types of melodies, which is, at least in my opinion, and I'm sorry I never shut up about them, but they're like Svartalheim era ancient. That's one of the reasons I love them so much, and this is that kind of thing. It's not like Negator, random example, or even TEITANBLOOD. It's fully black, no death at all, kind of like Death Rattler from Louisiana. And I don't know if you'd call it fully atmospheric. It's something else that I'm sure somebody here could pinpoint in a second. But in addition to that description, the second song, which I can't pronounce, Das Pilgergrab, has this D-beat punk kind of Cult is Alive era Darkthrone sort of thing going on. And then later on, this straight up rock kind of thing you'd hear coming from a Camaro. And it moves, man, all behind very reverbed out, moody guitars. It's blasty when it needs to be, tremolo from friggin' Neptune, good shit. So yeah, I like this demo a lot, and yes, full length coming out next month called Lazarus, VOLLMONDPROZESSION from Switzerland. Okay, why not take our tough guy faces off for a second and hit the Valium? Now, the only female-fronted band I've ever liked to the point where I come back to it regularly because I genuinely love it is this right here, Thor's Hammer. Actually, and Warlock too, of course, but neither sound like each other. Thor's Hammer's doom and obviously Warlock's not. But that's certainly nothing against female-fronted heavy metal. It's just the way it worked out for me, I guess. So anyway, my buddy Austin's doing press for this band Eluveitie on Nuclear Blast, and I'm like, I've heard of them before. With their latest song, Awen, these are very obviously musicians who know how to write a proper song. They use a formula that they know is accepted in the mainstream while giving it their own Eluveitie identity that fans love. Apparently it's folk metal? I don't know, I didn't hear that in this song. But I gotta believe the band members do this as an actual profession and there's money behind their brand, because Awen is a radio and big media friendly, commercially friendly song, man. Kinda dramatic sounding, but since sometimes we need to use other people's profile types in society to get an idea as to what something might sound like, I'll put it like this. If you're in the States, have you ever gotten a sense that the types of people who go to Euro festivals like Wacken every year are very accepting of different styles? Like their diets might mainly consist of bands like KAMELOT, Rhapsody, Tear, but they also like Onslaught and Tankard. They probably also very much appreciate warmer stuff like Eluveitie, and it's really no wonder, because if you're the kind of person who's not gonna deny when you're hearing something very obviously professionally written and you enjoy it, well, that's exactly what you got in Awen. Please keep in mind, this is the only song by them I've ever heard, so if you're deeply familiar with their catalog and you're listening to me and thinking, no, my apologies if I'm off the mark. I'm just hearing something I'd be perfectly fine with if it were on at a grocery store or at the doctor's office. So Eluveitie mates, great job, great job. But alright mateys, that's all I got. I am done. So if you did like this video, cool, maybe you can give it a thumbs up. Or if you just like hearing somebody bullshit about heavy metal, then Euro Festival your ass right into that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time on Concrete Spew. But until then, stay crazy, my friends.